This prison story is about when I got out of prison and got sent right back to prison for killing this girl dog. Stay tuned.
Hey, did I ever tell y'all about the time when I went to prison for killing a dog? And I know y'all like, hold up, Dante. Why would you kill a dog for, man? A dog is a man's best friend. Why would you do that? We are dog lovers. Hey, I'm a dog lover too. But y'all got to understand. Let me just give y'all the story right quick. Now, back in, I'm going to say 2000 and, I want to say 15 or 16. This is when I got out of prison. No, it was 2016. Because this is when I got out of prison. So I end up hooking up with this white chick named Monica. And I end up meeting her on a dating website, whatever. So we met up at a Starbucks or whatever. And she was telling me, her life or whatever. She was telling me she got no kids. She in college. She really a trust fund baby or whatever. Like her parents got so much money, but they just, they not involved in her life. They just pay for her life or whatever. So, me just getting out of prison and everything, I'm cool with that, shoot. I'm good, shoot. They taking care of you, you take care of me. So nevertheless, we decided to end up going to her house, right? Now, what she did not tell me, she had this big ass rock roller, right? So nevertheless, we get to her house. Now, she got like this 3-story house, and it looked really, really nice. So I said, "This all you?" She was like, "Yeah." So in my head, I'm thinking like, man, I'm finna put a baby in this chick, man. Shoot, I'm about to get taken care of for the rest of my life, shoot, right? That was my mentality back in the day, when I was young and super stupid, right? So anyway, we get out the car or whatever, and I said, "Man, how many rooms this house got?" She was like, "Oh, it's 7, and we got 3 bathrooms. We actually got a swimming pool, too, in the basement." I said, "You got a movie theater, too?" She was like, "Yeah, how did you know?" I said, "You for real? You got a movie theater here?" She was like, "Well, it's not like no big cinema movie theater, but it's big enough." So I said, "Oh, okay." So she was like, "Here, hold on, stay right here on the porch, right?" So she go in the house, and then about 5 minutes would go by, and she'd come back outside. She was like, "I'm sorry for the way I had to put my dog up." I said, "You got a dog?" Now, when she said dog, I'm thinking she got like a little Pomeranian, a little Yorkie, a little Chihuahua dog. She was like, "Yeah, I got a dog. Her name Princess." I said, "Princess?" I said, "Too, I like dogs. Let me see." She was like, "Nah, she's a guard dog. Nah." I said, "Well, why don't you just introduce me to her?" She was like, "No, no, she's really vicious. Like, she could probably try to kill you." I said, "Man, get out of here, man. I'm like a dog whisperer." She was like, "No, trust me." But anyway, let's go ahead, go in the house or whatever. So we go in the house or whatever, and we go to the kitchen. Now, this ain't no shot to no white women at all, but man, what's up with mayonnaise sandwiches? And I'm not even talking about Miracle Whip. I'm talking about mayo. So we sit down, I'm sitting at the island or whatever. The island is like a table right in the middle of the kitchen, whatever. So I'm sitting at the island. She was like, "I know you hungry." I said, "Yeah, I'm hungry." So she, go to the cupboard, get some bread out, whatever. She put it right there. Then she go to the refrigerator, grab some mayo. So I'm thinking like, okay, what a turkey at? What a cheese at? Hell, what a bologna at? Shit. But no, she just bust the top open, get the butter knife, spread the spread on top of the bread, and cut it in 4s, right? So I said, "What?" And then she just handed it to me right on the plate. So I'm like, "You ain't got no meat?" She was like, "Meat?" I said, "Yeah, you ain't got no meat, no cheese, nothing?" She was like, "Oh, no. I don't eat like that." So I'm like, "All right." So I say, "Man, whatever." So I put it in my mouth and I get to chewing, and it's so unfulfilling. And I'm like, man, I'm like, man, whatever. But I was hungry, y'all. I said, you got any fruit, anything? She was like, yeah, I got some fruit and I got some vegetables. She's like, you like celery? I said, yeah, I like celery. So she go to the refrigerator and she got fresh celery, right? I said, you got any ranch? She was like, yeah, I got ranch. I said, okay, bet. So she chopped me up some celery and I ate the ranch and celery or whatever. So we go to the living room. Now, I just got out of prison and probably a week out of prison. So I was feeling some type of way. I didn't get any when I first got out. So I'm just sitting there, and you remember like on Charlie Brown when that thing be talking like womp 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 womp. That's how I was when she was talking to me. I wasn't hearing nothing she was saying, right? My low vibrational self was thinking, man, I'm about to, right? So I say, hey, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I just got out the pen and could I get some? She was like, excuse me? I said, yeah, can I get some? She was like, I usually don't do this, but I guess so. So we just gonna fast forward, okay? Because this ain't what the story about. This ain't about the time when Dante, was showing out, right, on the Snow Bunny. This ain't about that, right? So anyway, we end up, doing the do, right? Doing the dirty dozen, doing the shuffle, right? So I put her to sleep. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh, Dante, that's cap. You ain't put her to sleep and all that, whatever. So I ended up putting her to sleep, right? So then the nigga in me got activated, right? And I know y'all like, the nigga in you, what do that mean? Well, the nigga in me went to, okay, this is a rich white girl. I know she got some jewelry around here. I know she got a lot of valuables, so let me just walk around the house and, take a couple of rings, take a couple of necklaces, take a couple of bracelets. Oh, do she got a stash, any gold coins, anything? Let me just help myself to it, right? So I get up and I start going through her dresser drawers. Now, she got a huge room. I mean, the master bedroom that we in is gotta be about, man, I don't know, maybe 800 square feet. That's just the master bedroom that we in. So I'm silently going through her drawers or whatever, and I see like $400 and all hundreds right there. So I grab that, put that in my pocket. I go over there by her dresser, and I see a lot of jewelry laid out, but I'm not sure if it's costume jewelry or not, so I just take one ring or whatever, put it in my pocket, and I lay back down or whatever. So I end up falling asleep. Now, when we got there, it was maybe 5 p.m. And now it's, like I said, I just took a nap or whatever. Now it's maybe like 8 p.m. And she wakes me up. And she like, hey, I'm about to go make a run right quick. You want to go with me? I was like, where you going? She was like, I'm just finna go visit my auntie right quick. I'm going to be there. I help her clean her house at night, whatever. I said, nah, I just stay here. So she was like, okay, well, I'll be back in a couple hours. So she give me a kiss on the forehead, right? So she leaves. Now I'm sitting in the bed. I'm feeling bad now. I'm like, you know what? Let me put this money back. Let me put this ring back, man. She a good girl. I ain't gonna do it like that. So I get up and I put the ring back on the dress and the money back in her drawer, whatever. So I'm sitting on the bed. I'm like, man, nigga, hungry, man. So I get up and I go downstairs and I go in the kitchen and I go in the refrigerator. This girl she ain't got nothing but fruits and vegetables up in here. So I'm like, man, there ain't nothing in here, man. Damn. Right? So I see some cranberry juice. I'm like, I get that. So I go in the cupboard, grab me like 4 pieces of bread. I'm just eating the bread and drinking the cranberry juice. Now, This is where the story takes the crazy turn. Now, I'm standing in the living room, and you can see like the outside or whatever. Like it's not dark yet, but it's getting there. And I'm standing there, and I feel this presence behind me, right? And you know when you feel like something behind you, but you like kind of stuck in fear or whatever? I feel that presence behind me. And then I hear it. I hear the growling. So now, you know when you can look at your reflection in the mirror of a window or whatever and see a silhouette or something behind you? I see it. The fucking dog got out. When I say this fucking Rottweiler was big, I'm talking about easy maybe 200 pounds. Easy. This dog was maybe, this dog was unnaturally big, y'all. Let me think about the measurements. I'm gonna say this dog was, okay, that's 3 feet, 4 feet. I'm gonna say this dog was maybe about 4 feet, right? Standing on all fours, right? 225 pounds of raw muscle, right? So I hear it growling and I see it. It's like to the right of me. And I'm trying to, in my mind, I'm like, if I don't look at it, it ain't gonna do nothing. But I'm like, no, this motherfucker finna try to kill me in here. So I'm slowly looking around, like I'm not moving, I'm stiff, right? I'm looking though with my eyes like, where the fucking knife at? What can I grab? What can I get on to get away from this fucking dog, right? So the island was right here to the left of me. This dog was nothing but maybe I don't even know how the fuck this dog got up on me like that, right? So I just said, fuck it. So I just jerked and jumped on the island, right? And then that's when it, right? So now I'm looking at this dog, y'all. This dog was unnaturally big. This dog was huge. Big motherfucking dog. Big old face, big teeth, red eyes. So I'm like, man, move, right? And it's like trying to jump up there and get me. Now, thank God this is a big island. So now I see the knives. She had like a set of kitchen knives or whatever over there by the sink. So I could reach over there and grab it, but the dog would jump up and grab my fucking arm. So I'm basically scurrying over here and the dog will run around over there. And we just basically playing cat and mouse at this point. I go over here, it run over there. I go over here, going over there. So I'm like, man, this shit ain't happening. This is not happening, right? So then I hear a chime, and it's the girl coming in. So she's like, princess, get over here, princess, get over here, right? So the dog take off running towards, to the girl, whatever. So she was like, Dante, I'm so sorry. I don't know how she got out. I said, man, what this crazy dog come from? She's like, I told you I have a dog. And then when you finally met her, so she dragging her and putting her back up. So I'm still on the island. So she like, yeah, I told you. Like, how did she get out? I said, I don't know. I was over here looking out the window and the dog was behind me, man. She was like, oh, I thank God she didn't kill you. I said, man, yeah, for real, man. That dog big. So she was like, yeah, she killed my ex-boyfriend. And I said, what? She said, yeah, she killed my ex-boyfriend. I said, that dog killed your ex-boyfriend? She was like, yeah. I said, why they didn't put the dog down? Well, he was beating on me. And he was real abusive, so she ended up, locking onto his neck. But we didn't call the police. We just buried him in the basement. So I'm standing there waiting on the punchline for her to laugh or whatever. And she didn't. She just walked off. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, hold up. Is she playing? I'm waiting for her to say, nah, I'm just joking. So I said, hey, you for real? Your dog killed your ex? She was like, yeah.
Whoa. Hold up, y'all. We finna get back to the story. But I know y'all see that Cash App and that PayPal down there. I know y'all see it. I ain't good for $5, $10, $20, $100, $1,000. Come on, man. Hey, support your big partner, Dante. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But at least you can do is hit the like button and let me know where you from in the comment section. All right, y'all, let's get back to it.
He was real abusive towards me, and my dog just snapped and ended up snapping his neck, and we buried him in the basement. We no need to call the police. I said, oh, okay. So she was like, well, thank God I got back here because I left a couple of things, but yeah, just stay in the bedroom, whatever. I said, all right. So she said, all right, I'll be back. Bye. So she left. So I'm in the bedroom, right, looking out the window, and I'm seeing her drive down the driveway to leave out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, did that dog really kill her? Is she playing a joke on me? Did it? Right? So curiosity, and I know y'all might revoke my black card for what I'm about to tell y'all, but I had to go see. I had to go investigate this. And I know y'all can be like, oh, Dante, you ain't black. That's a white move. White people in scary movies, they do that type of but I was curious. So I ended up leaving out, and I ended up going towards the basement, right? Now, keep in mind, this is a very nice house. This is a modern house. But when I cut on that basement light or whatever on the stairwell to go down there, the basement was not finished. The basement looked like a whole scary movie. So I'm like, nah, I'm not about to fuck that. I'm not going down there. Right. So I'm standing there and I close the door and I hear the growl again. And I'm like, okay, man, maybe the dog is next door, like in the next room or over here, whatever, locked up. Why the fuck this dog was back out? So I didn't know it was out yet until I hit the corner. So the dog, as soon as I busted left to go back upstairs, the dog is standing there and it pounced on me. Now I'm laying on my back with my right and left arm grabbing this dog's ears and like his jaw a little bit, his fur. And this dog is trying to kill me. This dog is snarling, trying to bite me. I'm trying to keep this thing away from my neck, right? And I'm fighting with this dog. Now, at this time, y'all, Dante I weighed maybe about a good 210 at this point. And, I was pretty in shape or whatever, so I can get this dog up off me. But this dog was heavy, y'all. And this motherfucker was trying to kill me. So it was really man versus beast. So I'm grabbing this dog, trying to get it from trying to kill me. So I end up, like, pushing it hard against, like, the corner of this wall or whatever. And I guess it hurt his side or hurt his rib or whatever. So it like, earth. And then that's my time to get up and run. So I'm hauling ass. I'm running up the stairs. And then I hear it behind me, right? It's running behind me or whatever. So I run upstairs and I get to the door or whatever. And I slam the door, right? And it's right there, scratching at the door, barking at the door, right? So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting on the bed now, right? And then next thing you know, boom, the dog started biting through the door, whatever. And I said, this motherfucker really trying to kill me. So it's biting through the door. Now, it ain't all the way come through at all, but you can tell in about 5 minutes, this dog gonna get in here, right? Because it's biting, it's chipping away at the door and stuff like that. So I'm looking around like, man, what the man? So I'm looking around like, what can I grab? So I'm really going through her dresser drawers, going through her nightstand, trying to see if she got a gun or whatever. So I look under her bed, not under her bed, but her mattress, and I see a 357. right? So I grab it, and I'm looking. I said, oh, it got bullets in it. I said, okay, cool, bet. So now the dog is halfway in. I see his face, and it's snarling. It's like it's rabid, right? So I'm like, listen, I'm pleading with the dog. Like, now I'm standing on top of her bed, right? And I'm pleading with the dog. I'm like, do not come in here. Don't come in here. I don't want to do this to you, but I will. And the dog finally busts through and is standing there. We have like a stare off, right? So I'm like, listen, do not come over here. Don't come over here. And it charges. And then I let off, right? It drops after like 6 shots. So now I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting on the bed, right? And I'm like, what the just happened? What the just happened? Right? So about an hour later, well, at this time, I done walked past the dog, and I went downstairs and sat on the porch, right? So about an hour later, she pulled up, and she like, what you doing out here? And I was like, man, your dog got out. She was like, what you do to it? What happened? I said, I killed it. She said, what? What did you do? I said, I killed it, man. Your dog tried to kill me. So she was like, oh, no, where is he? Where is she? Where's she at? I said, she upstairs, man. She upstairs in the room. So she went upstairs, right? Princess, get up. Princess, get up. So I go upstairs. I follow behind. And she's like, Princess, get up. Princess, get up. I said, no, man. She's like, why would you do that? Why would you kill my dog? Why would you do that? I said, man, the dog tried to kill me. She was like, no, just leave. Get out my house. Get out. So I said, all right, man, whatever. So I leave, right? I'm walking. Now, y'all, it's like maybe 11 o'clock at night, and I'm walking. So I had to been walking maybe a good 20 minutes. Police pull up, right? Woo! White cop, you know how they do it. So get out the car, gun out the holster. Put your hands up. Put your hands up on the car. Put your hands up on the car. I'm like, what's going on? Put your motherfucking hands on the car. So he put the gun to the back of my head, right, while he handcuffing me. He was like, give me a reason. Just give me a reason. Right? So he put me in the handcuffs or whatever. And he like, put me in the back of the car. He was like, yeah. So you like the wipe, huh? You like the wipe, you done fucked up. You done fucked up. I'm like, man, what you talking about? You can't arrest me for messing with no damn white girl. He said, no. And he called me the N-word. No, nigga. No. You just got out of prison, right? I said, yeah. He was like, did you just kill a dog? I said, yeah. He was like, yeah, we got you. Then it hit me. I did not supposed to have a gun. I'm out on parole. I'm a felon in possession of a firearm. I'm in a white city, in a white town, right? White judge, white lawyers, white prosecutor, white sheriff, white girl testifying against me. White money. I done killed a friend of the family of this dog. Sent my ass back to prison for 4 years, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my movie and my gaming channel. I'ma have that link pinned at the top of the comment section. Also, y'all subscribe to Stacy's Storytime. She's tell phenomenal stories just like myself. And if y'all feeling generous, make sure y'all leave me a tip. I'm accepting Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal. Until next time, y'all take care. I'm gone.